Hello, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World, and I'm your host, Jargalma Tufshinjargal. On the News Mongolia today, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida to pay an official visit to Mongolia. Updates from the regular cabinet meeting. Maximum expenditure for the district candidates of the 2024 Citizens Representative Office election has been set. For the news, stay tuned. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida is set to make an official visit to Mongolia on August 11th and 12th. This visit comes at the invitation of Mongolian Prime Minister Oyun. During his visit, Prime Minister Kishida will hold official talks with Prime Minister Oyun. He will also meet with the Mongolian President Hulsukh and Parliament Speaker Amar Baysaklang.
This visit is a significant step in deepening the special strategic partnership for peace and prosperity between Mongolia and Japan. The leaders will discuss the implementation of the 2022-2031 partnership program, enriching economic cooperation and exchanging views on regional and international issues of mutual interest. This aligns with Mongolia's third neighbor policy. Notably, this visit marks the first time in 8 years that a Japanese prime minister has visited Mongolia, highlighting the importance of people-centered relations and cooperation in all areas of future development policies and goals. Mongolia and Japan have been nurturing their special strategic partnership for peace and prosperity since 2022, and this visit is expected to further strengthen their bond.
The Cabinet of Mongolia has approved a critical resolution aimed at preparing the agriculture sector for the upcoming winter. At its regular session on August 7, 2024, the Cabinet outlined a series of urgent tasks for Cabinet members and agency directors to ensure the nation is ready for the winter of 2024 to 2025.
The resolution includes the following key measures, such as stockpile sufficient amounts of wheat, oil products, petroleum, and fuel to ensure a constant supply, preparing and stockpiling fodder for livestock, defining preliminary crop balances for each type, ensuring the necessary manpower, equipment, and organization for harvesting, creating an accurate risk map for drought and other natural disasters based on weather forecasts, issuing public warnings about natural disasters, putting livestock into economic circulation and trade agricultural raw materials on the agricultural exchange, and avoiding any measures that could limit the price of agricultural products. In addition, increasing the number of ports to pass meat and meat products, natural hay and fodder, and fertilizers, and preventing closures and icing up of roads and passes, providing children of migrating families with access to kindergarten school and boarding school regardless of jurisdiction of residence. These measures aim to ensure the stability and sustainability of Mongolia's agricultural sector during the challenging winter months ahead. The government emphasizes the importance of proactive planning and coordination to mitigate the risks posed by severe weather conditions.
The 2024 elections of the capital, provinces, Sums and district Citizens Representative Office will be held on October 11th. Details are as follows. The maximum limit the candidates can spend has been set by order of the Mongolian National Audit Office on June 27th of this year. Let's highlight the maximum amount that candidates can spend on their election campaign. For example, candidates standing in Hangul district can spend up to 897.7 million Mongolian tukruks for their campaign, while candidates standing in Bakhanga district can spend up to 99.5 million Mongolian tukruks for their campaign. Candidates standing in Nalakh district can spend up to 247 million Mongolian tukruks, while those standing in Bagnor district can spend up to 216.9 million Mongolian tukruks. Those standing in Bayangol district can spend up to 883.5 million Mongolian tukruks, making it about 4 times the limit that candidates can spend in Nalakh or Bagnor district, respectively. Also, candidates standing in Çingilте, Bayınzurg, Sukhbatır, and Söngenhergen districts can spend a maximum of 658 million Mongolian tukruks. The elections will be fought in 12 electoral precincts. The number of electoral precincts will depend upon the population size of the district. For example, Bayınzurg district will have 3 precincts, while Söngenhergen district will have 2 electoral precincts. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Next, our program will turn our attention to foreign news, partnered with international news agencies. Capital city Seoul on Tuesday raised the heat alert to the highest level as high temperature warnings were issued in the most parts of South Korea. Data showed that from August 1st to August 7th, the maximum temperature in Seoul has remained above 32 degrees Celsius. Data from the country's Ministry of the Interior and Safety showed that, as of Tuesday evening, the number of patients with heat-related diseases in South Korea had reached 1,810 since May this year, including 17 deaths. As the heat wave continues to rage, South Korea's Professional Baseball League has cancelled a scheduled game on Friday due to the high temperatures, the first time in the league's 42-year history for a game cancellation due to extreme heat. On Tuesday, passengers in a carriage of the Seoul Metro Line 4 reported burning smell and smoke, and more than 300 passengers were evacuated and one of the 2 tracks was temporarily closed. Subsequent investigations showed that the burning smell and smoke were caused by the train braking on the overheated tracks. Meanwhile, due to the sharp surge in electricity consumption, large-scale power outages have occurred in many residential areas in the country, with some communities experiencing power outages for up to 18 hours. South Korea's manufacturing industry has gradually resumed production as the summer holiday season comes to an end, and coupled with the increase in people's electricity demand, the country's maximum electricity demand reached 93.8 gigawatts on Tuesday afternoon, setting a new summer record. High temperatures have continued this week in East and Central Chinese provinces, including Zhejiang, Jiangsu, and Henan, and local governments have actively taken measures to ensure people's electricity and water supply during the hot weather. In Jiaxing of East China's Zhejiang province, the highest temperature in recent days has reached 38 degrees Celsius. In order to ensure safe electrical power supply, the local power operation and maintenance departments have increased the frequency of circuit maintenance. The maintenance workers use drones and electric lifting devices similar to simple elevators, which can send operators to a height of 100 meters. The high-tech equipment not only saves the physical strength of maintenance personnel, but also shortens the maintenance time. Starting on August 1st, Central China's Henan province has issued high-temperature warnings for 6 consecutive days, with the highest temperature in many places reaching 39 degrees Celsius. In order to meet the water demand of residents during the peak period, the Urban Water Supply Department of Honan's Liuyang City formulated a high-temperature water supply scheduling plan and increased the analysis and monitoring of urban water consumption. In order to avoid the adverse effects of continued high temperature on urban landscaping, Dongan County of Jejan's Hyunjo City waters the plants both in the morning and the evening in order to reduce water evaporation and improve watering efficiency. In Jurong of East China's Jiangsu province, 23 low stations have been set up to provide outdoor workers with a place to cool off and rest, drink water, and enjoy a cool breeze to reduce the possibility of heat stroke. At the construction site of the Jurong section of the National Highway 312 Expressway Reconstruction Project, the construction company provided the workers with cooling vehicles so that everyone could take turns to cool down in the vehicles. The company also adjusted the working hours to avoid working outside during the high temperature periods. Now let's take a look at weather forecasts for Mongolia and world major cities. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you on Friday with more news and updates. Goodbye.